It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Keep playing hard. Ready, set. Check, right 54. Right 54. Let's go. Go on, go on. Deep, man up, deep. Wide, get wide. Snap.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, lock it. Slam. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Go. Watch the twins. 36. Get it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's been a long day for you. Slam. Set cut. Check.
Here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On first down, Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Go out. Yeah. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Let's go.
On second down, it's Jones. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. On third down, here's Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Point after here coming up. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Watch the slant. Right. Hey.
Now a handoff looking right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10.
You got tight right there.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. 17-0 our score after 1.
Set. 70. Indy. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Check it out. Squeeze. Hustle. Ready.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Come on, set. 10 logo. Ricky. Hard.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Hey, switch gears. Good job right there. Mark 50. Hold up. Mike 50. Stop your whining. Hustle.
Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Harris now to return. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Set, ready? 60 yards. Watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Check it. Hey, Sam on. 5.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready to break. Check, 54. Mike, 54. Hey, go. Check. Check. Go on. Check 24.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check, crunch. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, alert 3. Shim. Check 3, check now.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 3. Topper. Hey, watch it. Switch. Ready, go. Shoot.
On 2nd down, it's Jones, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Check 3. Check 43.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Look at me. Go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Switch. Be driven.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Rocket. We on now. Out.
Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
No time.
Now it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 84 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
2nd and 9 now. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
I'm going to run you over. Spot. There. No. Check. Look. Squeeze. Ready?
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
That's going to be a long day. Go.
Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Wilson. Open man is born. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, Sam off.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Back to throw. Caught by Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Let's go.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Go on.
He'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
On the double. 57's right. Push him back. Push him back. Look at me. Zipper. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go. Smooth. 57's the mic. Ready. Get it.
He'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Wilson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Alert.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Look at me. Go. Drop. Rock it.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
On the set. Right there. Go out. Hey, they're scared. He's coming. Double up. Hey, Haywood. Hit it.
They'll drop the throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Let's go. Set up, 30 base. Leo. Check. Ready?
On 1st down, Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
the 48-yard line.
Break. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Man.
In your face.
General West. Watch twist. They go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Check 31. Hey, stand up.
They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check. Watch 54. Go on. SOS. Hey, lock it. Slam. 49. Check 49. Yep.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Look at me. Door. What? Get it.
On 3rd down. It's Jones, and this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This from 44 yards away. And this one is right through. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for San Francisco, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.